Hi everyone, welcome back to Through Alchemy. So let's see what message do I have for you today. I am picking up on a situation where communication is required, and this is an ongoing connection between you and this person. You've known them for a couple of years or a couple of months. You have history with this person. So we have destiny, all that I shall need to know as I walk shall be shown. So there is a sense of past life energy or like a past life connection. Are you guys feeling like this was meant to be the way it unfolded between the both of you? We have magical powers I weave and clear, I cast and know, magic secret to now me show. We do have the phoenix image over here. I kind of feel like you are someone that is trying to weigh your options, whether you should stay or whether you should go, whether you should give this connection another chance, or I'm hearing somebody saying, or it could be you, that is like, does it even matter anymore? Because you have put in a lot of hard work in this connection. And I think what I'm going to tell you is going to be the honest truth if you resonate with the rest of the reading, because I wouldn't like to give you false hopes. But something about this makes me feel like it's finally coming to fruition with the harvest, but it also almost makes me feel like there's somebody else coming in. So I do want to see what type of shadow energies are you personally dealing with. So we have companion, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. And what you're struggling with is child, pessimism, depression, disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. I do feel like you have a level of attachment or codependency that is to the situation or the person that you're dealing with, which is fine, okay? Like I'm saying fine in a sense you're going to move through it. However, I think that the shadow attribute is somewhere highlighting tones of depression. Maybe the dynamic that you're sharing with this person is somewhere bringing you back to an emotional, unavailable situation or like a state of being. So I don't know that the person you're dealing with, it could be that you might have accustomed yourself to the way in which I think this connection has been progressing, which makes me feel like if it has been distant for you, if it's like this person, for example, I'm getting a very weird example or a very random example. It's like this person doesn't meet you that often, maybe because of distance. You are someone that wants more quality time, right? But you have somewhere convinced yourself that you don't want quality time because you're okay with it, because you kind of have to settle because you get everything else with this person. So somewhere you are selling yourself short when it comes to this connection, and I think that's what we're going to be highlighting about. Maybe ships coming in or this manifestation coming into fruition because you have reached that level of vibration at which it was required for you to maybe get closer or get more access to this person, to somewhere this connection was blocked before or previously. And I think now it's like you're getting an open slate, on, I wanted to say clear slate, but also like an open door, I guess. So it's like you're getting somewhere where this is possible for you, and it's not like this person is your SP or your specific person or your manifestation anymore. This person is there for you, but I think that you have advanced 4 steps above where you envisioned yourself to be. That's what I'm really hearing. So praying, meditation, opinions, guidance, seeking advice. It's like I really feel like you have done the work that was required, especially on your inner child, to reach this level of maturity and perhaps a vibrational frequency where you can accept this person for yourself. But it turns out that you are also seeing certain red flags between you both, like the connection that you have with each other. Physical distress, trauma, manifestation, illness, unwell. So it's like I do feel like, yeah, the physical symptoms are very much there, like maybe loss of appetite. It's like something about this connection now is at a physical discrepancy. You may have outgrown this person or that dream that you had of you both being together. That's what I'm precisely feeling over here. So, for your person, I'm getting pioneer passion for doing and creating what has not been done before, and engineer as shadow attribute, excuse me, reliance on mechanistic solution without regard for emotional consequences. So, this person might be someone that chooses always their head over their heart, and it's like it's quite funny because they are very driven by their soul and their star power, basically what their heart tells them. And it is true for all of us. The more that we allow our intuition to guide us, the more we're going to walk a path that's completely and only destined for us. Bringing us back to the first card that we had over here with harvest. Your person is someone that is very passionate at the end of the day, but it's like they're defying their DNA blueprint by constantly telling themselves that they have to be a certain way, which they are not actually happy to be, in that manner. um and that is probably one reason why this connection tends to move slower, or it did in the past, because first of all, they're really stubborn about certain things. Second of all, they're not really in alignment, or they're not in attune, or they don't listen to what is being told to them. That's what I really feel. However, the growth has taken place, but something about it makes me feel like you have reached a level where now you're unlocking new types of people or suitors. So you are going to be having multiple options coming in, and I feel like they might have already made themselves known to you. So this is kind of like, are you going to choose this person, repeat it again, or allow new people to come in? Because for some of you, you do say that you want to let go of this person and gain um gain more from this lesson or chapter and move towards a better option and get the love that you deserve. But do you actually want that? Because for some of you, you do. And I say this with all respect and no offense, but you do cry for it, but you don't actually follow through with it. That's the energy that I feel. Like the type of people, there are few of you that, and you would know who you are. So I guess it's best not to lie to yourself that some part of you knows that going back to that, or those types of people, is going to bring you the same amount of, or the same type of pain you're accustomed to. And that pain is a comfort zone. It's like you know what to expect out of that pain, right? So this is what I am actually picking up over here. It's like, don't waste what experience you have gained from this. You will have to weather the storm. I think I spoke about this in a previous reading as well. I'm not sure when the sequence of these readings tend to go live, because they're very intuitively driven. But I feel like I'm going to dive a bit into this person's thoughts and feelings, the existing person, because this is still about them. And what the dynamic of this connection has been created is something that is somewhere a solid foundation. So if you think that because you've grown and they've grown, it's possible that maybe now the things that used to tie you together are not there, which is possible that it used to be your trauma, your attachment. So we have the Two of Wands in reverse, Crossroads in reverse. How does this person feel? The Queen of Wands. Again, so much passionate energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, release negative thought patterns. I believe this person wants to prove themselves to you. I'm picking up on Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, strong fixed signs energy. So this person, again, I spoke about the stubbornness that you're dealing with a specific person. This is a very specific message. I'm feeling that. Um, Upright reverse. You have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Builder in reverse. This person is not authentic to themselves. How do you expect somebody to be authentic with you when they're not that authentic with themselves? It's like with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it tells me that they're very impatient when they move, and however attractive they might find you and to be the only choice that they actually want, I am still very skeptical, because I'm just gonna say this is no way of being, I guess. I mean, well, people have their own ways of being, but it's like this person wants their cake, wants to keep it and eat it too. They want to be stubborn, but they also want to be in a relationship, and that's not how it works. And I'm hearing something about killing two birds with one stone. What is that about? Oh, this is another confirmation. Type, pattern, unavailability, chase, push and pull. This is what I've been trying to explain to you. It's like this person knows that they purposely go for people that they cannot commit to for the long term. And you are someone that they can commit to long term. So the moment you pull away, that's where they come back. This person could have been a player in the past, okay? Tarot readings, guidance, helpful. So, Spirit might be giving you or this person the right, advice and guidance that you need. Let Spirit guide you. Let Spirit guide you in the right direction. Let Spirit guide you. Don't be so stuck and focused on what a person looks like and what you think is right for you. Let life surprise you. Let life take you in the right direction where you might have not been able to go. It's kind of like you're in a spinning wheel, you're constantly going in the same stream of water. And I see that water becoming dirtier because it's stuck in one place. The more that you allow yourself to open and go into various streams of life, you don't know how life is going to land you in the right places. You have to learn how to weather the discomfort if you actually want to grow, because things will never be the same if you actually want good things for yourself. You will have to learn to let go of the bad things. So we have the card root chakra, instability, lack of self trust, abandonment. What I'm hearing, what made the both of you meet each other was precisely this: instability, lack of self trust, insecurities, parental wounds. For your person, I'm actually picking up a very strong karmic phase because this is good luck and blessings and patience and whatnot. And I think that your person in regards to this situation is someone that is not exactly looking at this connection as glass half full. I think they've always had this mentality like glass is half empty. I am not enough, and something about you. Of course, like, you don't have to take this personally, but it's a fact. Okay, that people will not see you as enough for them when they are not enough for themselves, and there's absolutely nothing that you can do on the face of earth to convince another person that you're worth it. So 5D dreams, astral communication, light codes, activations. I feel like this reading, for whoever this really, levels with, resonates with, you are also receiving downloads while watching this reading if you know that this is genuinely for you. I think that Spirit has already been working very closely with you in ways to make you understand, and they're kind of, I feel like, for some of your Spirit is presenting better options in front of you to just show you that there is better out there for you. So this person does have plans to come back, I'm not gonna lie. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, protection in reverse. To take this literally, I do feel like with this person you don't feel safe. um I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune. This person and you somewhere have this thing where I just feel like your person also has this feeling like it never really works out smoothly between the both of you. Magician in reverse energy. This is kind of reminding me of a conversation I had earlier, talking about, myself as a giver most of the times, and that is just my perception. It's mostly like when you're a giver and you're not with another giver. It's and you don't have strong boundaries. It's like you're level with me on the metaphor, okay? It's kind of like you're the best way I can explain this is that you're hiring somebody who's underqualified and who's gonna get overpaid by you for a job that they're not fulfilling. So basically, it means you're in relationship with an unavailable person. You're gonna keep giving to them, and they have, all the perks of it, the exclusivity, and your time and everything that's very good in being in a relationship. But the fact is that they are not qualified for the job and they're getting overpaid because you're a giver and you just keep on giving them, right? So the equilibrium needs to be set right over here where you hire the person that is fit for the job. And sometimes that takes time. So you will get some of your needs fulfilled from here and there, especially if you're, I guess, a person that is okay with being involved with people casually. Now, that's personal preference for every person. Um, I think that your needs will not be 100% satiated till you allow yourself to actually receive the love that you think or deep down that you deserve. But I think that it gets camouflaged by what you think that you deserve because of your own beliefs and subconscious patterns. And I think it's been hard for you to recognize exactly what is right for you and what you deserve, but you do have an understanding. Of course, you do, because that part of you that yearns for a better love and more understanding companionship and one that treats you right with dignity and doesn't use your weaknesses against you is exactly the type of love that you deserve. It's just you haven't had that safe space to basically reside in and allow yourself to be seen. And the reason why you don't feel quite safe or level with them is because maybe they're not meant to be. So vulnerability is one thing that is not forced. Intimacy is one thing that's not forced. You can't force somebody that I love you and I feel this way for you, so let's just open ourselves up. If it's genuine, if that love is without attachments and demands and requests and so to speak neediness out of loneliness, that love will have at least that love will finally have the space to actually experience intimacy instead of anything being forced or feeling like it's being taken away or it's been forcefully given, right? So equilibrium always comes from a place of tranquility. It comes from a place of peace. It comes from a place of having balance in life. It's not something that's stolen or forcefully taken. So when you are hiring somebody that is, underqualified for the job, understand that they have not studied or they don't have the maturity level to actually fill the shoes of the job that you're requiring them or trying to give them, because maybe the pay of it is amazing, maybe the rewards of it are amazing, that their person will take it, but can they actually fulfill the job? No. And you have always been aware of it. So I am seeing the card of unconscious self-sabotage, right? And I think that this is within you as well, because when a better choice is being presented in front of you and you're not able to accept that, you find, you get the ick, or it's too overwhelming for you, or you don't like that, how emotional they are, or how strong they're coming at you, um, or how healthy they are, or you're just not used to it. You are somewhere sabotaging it because you're just not capable, or you don't have the capacity to absorb all that love. You haven't opened the gates of receiving love, and that resides in feminine energy and out of league, small. So, for your person, I'm gonna say that this person still doesn't feel like they completely deserve you, and that's, I think, where the difficulty comes in this connection, because again, it's like you're looking at somebody that's giving you the world and you're not able to take that, right? Because you feel, you know I guess, underqualified for the job that they're offering you. And the same goes for your person. Somewhere they are not going to be able to fulfill what you're asking them to do, because I told you in the beginning, you have reached 4 steps or levels ahead than what you were kind of aiming for. So your self-worth has paid off with visualization, worthy vibrational match, and manifestations. I told you, it's like, allow yourself to receive more. Okay, I don't want you to take this reading as something that you start mapping things down which are wrong with you, or you don't feel that way. You are not a homework, you're not a worksheet that is to be done. All these things that you're aiming to become will only come with the gradual at a gradual pace with love. So don't forget the main denominator of this whole self love journey, quote unquote, that you're trying to unravel for yourself. You will only feel worthy once you give yourself the space to just be who you are, accept everything, accept the parts of you that you have so much shame for, accept the parts of you that you feel like somebody else is going to reject you for. Ultimately, what's actually killing your, I guess, I would say maybe your way to reach that level is only the way you actually feel about yourself, because life is mirroring that back to you. And oftentimes it's just so difficult for all of us to just look inside, turn inwards, because anything that's outwardly hurting you, or it's coming from inside and it's like hurting, or you're projecting at somebody else, and you're feeling somewhere like, um I don't know why this thing keeps happening in my life again and again, or I don't know why this person keeps coming back in my life, or why this energy keeps coming back to me, or this is not improving, that is not improving. Everything does have, a way to change it. The only way I would explain it is that the pen and the paper is not outside, the pen and the paper is actually inside, and it needs to be worked through. So you need to figure it out. You need to figure out the little details. And this actually seems like a tedious job, because you experience ranges of emotions that you probably just don't want to, right? And that is what is tedious for humans. We will do anything sometimes to avoid and mask our own true feelings towards ourselves. Ultimately, everybody is a teacher, in nature. You are a teacher to somebody else, they are a teacher to you right now, right? So there's something that Spirit wants to leave you with. I think it's a lot about the other people that are going to be coming in your life. The Nine of Swords in reverse. So the type of people that you could potentially link up with, I'm going to say that, are, I guess, people that don't make you second guess yourself. I think you're used to people, you're used to those types of individuals that make you chase, and you have to prove your worth to them. I think that is what this cycle is indicating. It's, closing out, because now you don't need that much validation. So you're in the middle of it, you're like in transitioning. You're like, you one foot in the past and one foot in the future self that is emerging. So that's what I feel. The type of people that you're going to be interacting with are going to be the ones that don't leave you hanging, that are going to have a definitive answer, even if it's not something that you would like to actually hear. So I'm seeing the King of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Page of Wands in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse. So all the player kinds, the ones that sincerely fear perhaps commitment or deeper commitment, are going to fall away from your life slowly by slowly, as you also face your fear of intimacy and commitment. Hermit and the Moon, Virgo and the Cancerian energy. Listen, you are only attracting and meeting these people at the level you have met yourself. So if you are blaming the universe for constantly sending lessons, let me remind you that it's not exactly the universe trying to play some tragic game with your heart or punish you. Like, what did I do to deserve this? It's actually only and only mirroring back what is within you. So you're hypothetically thinking that, this is my prince charming or my princess right here, and you are a little bit below than that frequency, and you're thinking, why is the universe constantly sending me these, toads and like these frogs that I'm having to kiss? Well, because you are actually, involving and seeing your reflection through all of these frogs, that's actually going to lead you. They're the building blocks to your prince charming. So you might find peace for a moment in frustrating being, frustrated with the universe and blaming the universe for all your pain. However, it does come back to you, because that pain is not actually for the hatred that you might have for the universe, but actually, I guess, if we translate and break it down, it might be a deep seated need to be loved, and maybe parts of you that were not being, um, I guess, are nurtured by your parents, which were left unattended, right? And those parts of you still ache inside somewhere. And the only person, I mean, we all know, who can actually, attend to them and finally give them the space to be seen and heard, and all those abandoned emotional needs that we find difficult to take care of and attend to, are the ones that we need to start seeking within ourselves. So all of these places where you feel like you don't have a safe space, or you feel like you feel invalidated a lot of times, or you feel left out, or you feel abandoned, or you feel unloved, or you feel shame towards yourself, or you feel not enough, are all parts of you that are actually seeking your own guidance, or seeking your own comfort, or seeking you to pay attention to them. So it's not actually the universe, in a way, throwing these challenges. The universe is actually making everything move forward in a way that you can reach the destination you're so wholeheartedly wanting to reach. um, is just never going to be the way that you actually want it to be, and it's not ever a cakewalk. I hate to say that, but you are going to despise the process the more that you look at it as something that can be fixed once you meet a person. You're always going to despise that. There is no secret to that. You're always going to despise it. Um, but you grow and you learn to become happier with the process the more that you realize that accountability lies within you. It's like all these people are faces that you're seeing in the mirror, the illusion of mirror, and you're looking at them and you're blaming all of these people. But the moment the dust settles, the illusions break, the smoke clears out, you're going to see only your face. So I hope you remember that. um Only the strong people, I'm going to say really strong minded people, have it in them to hold themselves accountable and tell themselves that blaming nobody else is not going to get me anywhere. Because what is done was done in the past, and you have to be really strong to accept, that reality of life. It does piss people off, because We all want somebody to blame for our misery. Last, we have the card Safe Travels. Again, I'm telling you, you're gonna reach the destination you want to make it to, but it's not gonna be the way that you imagined it to be. Nevertheless, it was going to be very, very rewarding for you. Okay, I'm gonna leave this message over here. I hope this was helpful. It finds the person that this was meant for. A little bit of tough love, but it's gonna go a long way. I'm gonna leave this over here and I'll see you in another one. Bye bye.